Hi, Christ Church. As we get ready to return to live worship, we wanted to give you guys kind of an introduction, kind of a walkthrough of what things are going to look like here at the church. But before we do that, I wanted to answer a couple questions that I know are going to be asked. The first one is, what if we don't want to come back to worship yet? What if we're not ready or comfortable coming back yet? What do we do then? Well, we're still going to be recording the service and posting it online. We're going to be recording the service as we do the service each week and then putting it online for the following week. So it'll still go online on Sunday morning for you to participate along with us. So what we're going to do this weekend is re-show one of the past services that we've already recorded. This video is going to be a part of that as well, so that when you do come back, you're aware of how we're operating and how we're doing things. And so you'll still have an opportunity to participate and to worship God and to be fed from the Word of God, even if you're not ready yourself to come back to worship. The other question is, what about face masks, right? We've been taking kind of two measures most people have to kind of help. One is social distancing, which we're going to talk about inside, and the other is face masks. Well, we're not requiring face masks. We have some hearing impaired people who have a hard time not being able to read lips. They can't communicate if they can't read lips. So we're not requiring face masks. We are recommending them when you're moving around inside the church. After the service is over, all of our fellowship time will be taking place outside the building, where we can kind of stand a few feet apart from each other and chat with one another that way. So, but if you wish to wear a face mask, you are more than welcome to, but we're not going to require it. And the speaker will not be wearing a face mask. I will not be wearing a face mask when I speak. And some members of our worship team might be wearing face masks and some might not. So there's going to be a lot of people doing a lot of different things as far as that goes. So when you come to church, you're going to come in the main entrance just like you always would. You park in the main parking lot, park out on the street just like you normally would. Come in the main entrance. One of the unique things about us being a church and not a grocery store or something like that is we all kind of arrive at the same time and we all kind of leave at the same time. And so we don't have people typically crossing in the entrances, where our flow kind of goes one direction. So you'll be able to come in the main entrance. And as you come in, we're not going to have worship bulletins for a while. Everything will be up on the screen. The call to worship, the scriptures, and things like that will be up on the screen. But you won't have anything to pick up as you come in. And when you come in, the flow will go into the sanctuary, not into the lobby. The flow is going to go one direction. Even if you need to use the restroom, you need to go through the sanctuary first. So the flow goes into the sanctuary. And as you approach the door, you'll notice that we have the chairs, and in a minute you'll be able to see some of that. The chairs are separated. We've taken a lot of them down, and because we don't anticipate everybody coming back all at once, but if you want to come, we'll make it work. But we have them in groups of 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's even one of 6. So we want to try to accommodate different family sizes in the sanctuary, people who have been together throughout this time. And then those clusters are separated from each other. So when you come, one of the things we want to make sure that doesn't happen is that if you come and you're 1 or 2 people, don't sit in one of the rows with 5 or 6 people. Save those for family groups that need that much space to sit together. There'll be people here at the entrance to help you find an appropriate place for you. It may not be in the spot you're used to sitting in, and certainly the spot I'm used to seeing you in as I preach each Sunday. So that'll be a little different for you and a little different for me. But we'll do our best to help you find a spot where you and your family can worship. I also want you to know that we're not going to be having children's ministry or nursery during this time, over the summer. We're all going to worship together. The service is going to be much shorter. It's basically going to be an introduction, a prelude on the piano, a call to worship, 2 songs by the worship team, the sermon, and then a song, and we'll be done. We're not going to do God moments. We're not going to do the additional music we normally would. We're not going to bring the offering forward. Those kinds of things. We're not going to pass the plates through the congregation right now. So the service is going to be shorter. But if your kids are younger and they need a coloring book or something like that, bring one with you. Bring with you what they need, and I'm not opposed to a little bit of a distraction. I was a youth pastor for many, many years. I'm used to people talking while I'm preaching, so that's not a problem. You will have an opportunity to leave your tithes and offerings in one of these boxes. There's one located here and one located over near the exit to the sanctuary. You can use this as you come in. You're welcome to place your tithes and offerings in that. You just drop it down in. And there'll also be time during the service, a couple of times, where we'll put up on the screen that if you haven't yet done so and you wish to put your tithes and offerings in, you can get up and do it now. If you're continuing to watch from home, of course, you can continue to send it in via the mail or whatever works for you. I do want to thank you all for being so kind and generous during this time. A lot of churches are really hurting now financially, and you have been so generous. And we are continuing to reach out into the community with our food pantry, which was happening just today here at the church, and our community meal happening every Saturday night. We continue to modify those slightly. The food pantry is getting closer to getting back to normal. The community meal will be eating outside if possible. If the weather isn't conducive to that, we'll still serve it as a to-go meal through the summer months. So you can place your tithes and offerings here, and then as you come into the sanctuary, you'll see more of the seats that we have. Things kind of spread out a little bit. When you come in, if you need to use the restroom, you're welcome to do that. What we're asking is for everyone who wants to use the restroom to get up and just move along the back if you wish. And all people who exit the sanctuary will exit via the office hallway, via the door that's open on the west side of the sanctuary. So everyone will exit via this door, whether you're leaving the church after the service. You won't go back through the main door. You'll exit this way, or whether you're going to use the restroom, and you can do either. That's fine. There is another a box over here on this wall for the offering. If you wish to place your tithes and offerings in that box as you leave, you're welcome to do that as well. So come on out into the hallway. If you need to use the restroom, they're located where they always have been. You're welcome to do that. To get back into the sanctuary after using the restroom, you'll flow right back around through the lobby and go in the main entrance again. If you're leaving after the service, you'll flow through the lobby and out the main door. But we want to keep the flow, so we want to keep the flow going in that kind of clockwise fashion through the building, whether you're using the restroom or leaving. And then, weather permitting, we'll be outside, have an opportunity to stay and chat if you wish to, observing social distancing, and I want to mention that now. Some of us have been really good about that, and others of us just aren't as worried about it, and that's fine, but please be respectful of one another. So if you really want to run up and give someone a hug, make sure that they're okay with it. If you're chatting with someone and they're kind of backing away from you but still talking, please don't be offended. It just means they're trying to create some space. So let's be gracious to one another as we come back together and worship. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday morning. It'll be a great day. God bless. We look forward to seeing you soon.